do you get extra excitement, Paddy, going and fighting in the UK? I think it's been like 2 years or so now. You had a couple in Vegas. You get a little bit extra pumped up to go back home.
Yeah, it's nice to be local. No, it's nice to be back home because like even the shows that we've done in the past, they've been in London. So it's still like a 4-hour car journey away. Where Manchester, it's like 30 minutes.
Is there actually, in a way, is there more pressure? You got, buddies and family, and I'm sure everybody wants to come out and actually be in the arena and watch you.
No, every fight, lad, every fight's the same. Know what I mean? Yeah, it's always the same, lad. Pressure's always there.
Yeah. How about Paddy fighting a guy who's ranked? Obviously, Bobby ranked 15th. Is this now the next phase of your career? Hey, we're top 15, top 10, top 5 champion. I mean, is that sort of where we are now?
Yeah, of course, that's it. Know what I mean? I've always wanted to get into the rankings, so this is me way in. Like, beat Bobby Green, I'm in the rankings, and then obviously I want to climb them nice and steadily. So this is the trajectory I've always wanted.
And tell me if I'm wrong here. I think I remember in the past you being questioned. I probably asked you it myself, like, hey, how would you do against a champion? Do you feel like can you hack it with the guys at the top of the division? And you kind of said, hey, I'm going to take my time and I'm gonna get there when I get there. Do you feel like now that you are in a spot where you can start contending with the absolute top of the top guys?
Well, to be honest, I think by the time I reach the top 5, half of them are going to be retired. Like Poirier's already talking about retirement. I think Gagey already said like he'd only have a couple of more fights. Islam's already said that he'll only have a couple of more title defenses.
Right.
Even Chandler's about 38, something like that. Like the only person in like the top 5 who's still going to be around, he might even be younger than me, is Armin. So he's like the main person that I've got to worry about.
Awesome. You're not very much, not very frequently are you the underdog. Does that change the approach at all, how you view this fight?
No, not at all. I mean, every fight you go into it the same. You've got to have the right mindset. You've got to believe in yourself, know what I mean? Have the confidence. And that's what I do. I think that's my main thing, the fact that I believe in myself and I'm very confident. And, I've been called arrogant in the past and stuff, but that's just my confidence. I think Bobby's quite arrogant.
Yeah, he's not shy in talking too. He'll say something if he believes it, right? What have you thought of that
Yeah.
stuff?
That's just him, know what I mean? It's his personality. He just says things, so I'll leave him to it. I'll let him say what he wants.
Yeah. I know a lot, and obviously you brought this up, the contract situation. Do you say to yourself, Paddy, hey, this is going to be the last thing in Dana and Hunter's mind. I want to go out there and put on a good performance. I want to get the most amount of money that I can obviously get for myself, like we all do, right? Is that something?
Of course. But as fighters, know what I mean? We want to get paid as much as we possibly can, but as I say, I leave all that to my manager. Let me manager do all that. That's nothing to do with me. I don't negotiate or nothing. That's his job. I get in the cage and fight.
Assuming everything makes sense for you and your family, this where you want to be though going forward here in the future with the UFC?
Yeah, goes without saying. Know what I mean? I want to be in the UFC, the pinnacle of the sport. No other MMA promotion comes near it. I said something in an interview the other day, and they just put it out of context and put a post up like I wanted to leave the UFC. Know what I mean? It's crazy, and it's crazy how people don't actually listen to the interview and then just jump on that one little thing what's being posted. Oh, lad, it's crazy.
Yeah. So there you go, Chris. Clear as you can be. You want to stay in the UFC. And I'm just seeing this from like Instagram and stuff. Paddy, have you stayed in better shape in between fights? Because it looks like you have.
Well, I haven't been to America.
Bro, I hear you.
So that plays a big part. Know what I mean? I haven't been to America for a couple of weeks after this fight, like I have after most of my last fights. Going to America plays a big part in piling the pounds on because about like over there the food and then just the unlimited fizzy drinks. So it is hard work, but yeah, I think it's not even like I didn't go and eat loads because I did. Know what I mean? At one point I probably was about 90k, but like people make a big deal about my weight. Know what I mean? People go over the top about it, lad. When I've seen plenty of pictures of Khabib looking fat out of camp. No one ever used to say it about Khabib, but because it's Paddy the Baddy, people just it's popular to hate on me at the minute, so people just jump on the hate bandwagon.
Does it seem to me? It seems to me. Does it seem to you, Patty, that some of that's faded a little bit? Like people have eased off you a little bit, or have you not gotten that sense?
No, I haven't got that sense. Me, like, still see people hating on the comments and stuff like that, but I just leave them to it. Know what I mean? As long as people are commenting, they're gonna watch me fight, aren't they? Whether you love me or you hate me, you're gonna watch me fight, and that's it. Putting bums on seats, what get you paid.
Right. The worst thing they could be is indifferent. I just don't understand. I mean, you're a nice guy. All my interactions with you, you go out there, you win fights. I don't. You have you know the thing about suicide and the acting after the fight. I mean, it's all positive stuff. I don't really understand the hate.
Yeah, well, the hate all come from the close decision over Jared Gordon, didn't it? Know what I mean? And that's what I always say. I didn't decide who won that fight. The three judges cage side did. Know what I mean? And all three of them give it to me unanimously. So people hate me because I said after the fight, "Oh, I won that fight," when they don't know what it's like to be in a cage for 15 minutes, getting punched in the head and punching other people in the head. Know what I mean? Obviously, I'm a fighter. Of course, I'm going to think I won the fight. Unless I get sucked down and beat up for 3 rounds. Know what I mean? Then I'll say, yeah, I lost. But I'm not going to say I lost the fight, what I think I won. And then, obviously, when I went and watched the fight back, I watched it with and without commentary. And with commentary, I can understand why people thought that Jared won. Know what I mean? The commentary was pretty much against me. But then when I watched it without commentary, it was like it was a close fight, yeah, but it's not a robbery. Know what I mean? It's not the Korean Zombie versus Leonard Garcia. It's not Lyoto Machida versus Shogun 1. I genuinely don't understand what people are talking about when they say it's a robbery. But as I say, I get hated for it. I think Jared got robbed worse a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Jared got robbed against Nasrat Haqparast. He got robbed. Like mine and Jared's fight was much closer than that. But
Right.
no one's talking about Nasrat though. No one's calling him a cunt and saying he should kill himself in his comments. Know what I mean?
Not right. What do you say to Bobby if you have any message, Patty? Anything as we're 2 weeks or so before UFC 304?
I'm looking forward to punching his face in. Know what I mean? It makes me laugh that he keeps saying I mentioned him first when he mentioned me. He mentioned me like 2 years ago. You've probably seen me Instagram post. He mentioned me like 2 years ago, sitting behind me, videoing me, but scared to come over and say something. So, yeah, I'm going to shut him up once and for all.